News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. I'm Peter King, live in Orlando. Most of the Florida Peninsula is in the Hurricane Milton cone of uncertainty as it heads somewhere on the Gulf Coast. Tampa Bay area officials hope coastal residents will follow Tanya Barunchak's example.
I'm still really scared and have nightmares from the last storm, so I really think we're going to evacuate.
The National Hurricane Center says Milton's top winds are clocked at 175 miles per hour. Weather Channel meteorologist Alex Wallace.
We'll be watching this major hurricane, Category 5 hurricane, working its way across the Gulf of Mexico. Now, when it comes to the official forecast, you do see those wind speeds coming down as it approaches the west coast. But it's only coming down to still a major hurricane.
Landfall is expected late Wednesday or early Thursday. Georgia elections officials are trying to keep everything on track after the last hurricane. Here's WSB's Jonathan O'Brien.
On the final day to register to vote here in Georgia, election officials around the state are still working to make repairs due to damage from Hurricane Helene. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says he's been in touch with all 159 counties.
We've been calling them on a daily basis.
As of now, he expects early voting will begin as scheduled next Tuesday. Jonathan O'Brien for CBS News, Atlanta.
A year after the Hamas attack at Israel that left some 1,200 people dead and dozens of others kidnapped, today's observances include one at the White House. Spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre.
This morning, the President and the First Lady lit a yahrzeit candle to remember all those who were massacred by Hamas in what was the deadliest day for the Jewish people since the Holocaust.
There were protests at Columbia University ought to see New York's Marla Diamond.
Students chanted and waved the Palestinian flag on the library steps, while outside, people waving Israeli flags and holding photos of the dead and still missing. Lenore Katz had been to many of these protests in the spring.
Such hatred, calling for an intifada.
Colleges have long cashed in on their athletes' talents. Now those players are getting a bigger piece of the pie. CBS's Matt Piper.
A judge has set a timeline for a deal that would put millions of dollars into the pockets of college athletes. They can now begin making claims this month. It's part of a nearly $3 billion legal settlement that came down in May to allow schools to pay players. If and when it's finalized, the deal would allow the country's largest schools to have a pool of about $21 million in the first year to start handing out to athletes via a revenue-sharing plan. Even after that, student athletes would be able to cut deals with outside groups.
On Wall Street, the Dow lost 399 points. The Nasdaq down 214. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 91 degrees in Oakland, California.